Rapid rehousing can be for anyone because anyone can be housed. Progressive engagement is the concept that we start with giving a little bit of support at the front door. And then as time goes by, we have this ability to see who may need more or higher levels of support. And so that's why we say you can use rapid rehousing for anyone, because what we've learned is that we are not good predictors of stability. There's not one tool that anyone's created that is going to show who's going to be successful maintaining housing and who's not. I mean, when you're living on the streets, you're not sleeping well. Your mental health is not good. You're more likely to use substances because of all of that. When you get in your housing, that's a lot of those anxieties go away, or the trauma can get better. And so people that assessed before through like a coordinated entry assessment, people that are assessed while they're still homeless or in shelter may assess as having a really high vulnerability level. But once people are in housing, that can completely change. And it doesn't all the time, which is why the progressive engagement approach was developed. And it actually came out, most of what we heard about it came out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And they just started saying they just were not good predictors of who was going to be successful in rapid rehousing. They were initially housing folks that like had these what they were assessing as lighter barriers. And then they find it like they have this person, they think this person is perfect for rapid rehousing, like all the criteria. And like 5 months later, that person was not doing well. And then they'd have somebody they weren't sure, but they decided to use it for. And 5 months later, that person was excelling and doing great. And so they eventually stepped back and said, we're going to give every family a little bit of assistance, right? And then we're going to see what happens. And by doing that, they discovered, and again, this was when housing costs were a little bit lower than they are now. So in today's world, people may need a little longer level of assistance, a little deeper level of assistance. But at the time, they found that the majority of people left the program within 3 to 5 months, right? And then those that weren't able to, they gave another level of assistance for another 3 to 4 months. And then they do another assessment. And by the time they got to the end, only about 1 to 2% of the first original group actually needed that deeper long-term subsidy. And so they were able to give it to them. So who should we use rapid rehousing for? It's a way to start for everyone. Now, there's not enough of anything, right? But one of the things that we've learned is that even folks that have been scored or identified as needing a deeper subsidy, like a permanent supportive housing subsidy or a voucher, is that even by taking some of those folks off of that list and using rapid rehousing, it can be successful. And then again, rapid rehousing for some may end up being the bridge to that subsidy, but it still gets them out. And then we use lighter touches, like more of some problem solving with light rental assistance for those folks that we traditionally thought these are the folks that should get rapid rehousing. So we have been encouraging communities to use rapid rehousing with anyone, because sometimes the most vulnerable folks are the ones that can actually make it happen. And again, then it's going to free up that deeper subsidy for the person that absolutely cannot make it without the intensive supports that come with that subsidy.